two-step, one, two, three. Fantasy, no more than a test, ever feeding off the fallacy, creating this master down. Inside this big machine with all of the rest, break free to phase electricity. Time turning up the volume, time turning on us always. No time enough tomorrow, forward turning back to where we began. 20 seconds tested, fragments in one direction, celestial noise detected, delirium unsuspected, static to into reason, time in the need for deepness, transmissions begun completed, 7 to 3 to 3 destiny alone in a trance, no escaping from this waking dream, no hope for advance. You see, the mortal cold we serve is not but a spring. Unwind, too slow, too quick, too much to believe. Fantasy, you fail the test, ever forging all new fallacies, creating moments direct. This big machine with all of the rest, DC, dying electricity. Falling back right into the system, falling back on all that's erased. When falling back right out of the system means falling back right into disgrace. Yes, falling back right in with the system. Who see you falling back to the end? When falling back is better than simple, falling back into pieces again. Sounds to breathing, every word deleted, every beat deleted, radicals flowing free, energy slowly seeping, suspending all disbelief, synergy without meaning, synapses firing, breathing, seeking a piece of reason, sheep in a peaceless season, reason to keep believing, waking the beast to sleeping.
Zoom ice shork, zoom ice jam, zoom ice shork, zoom ice jam. Zoom ice shork, zoom ice shork, zoom ice shork.
welcome! Happy Friday! Whoa, I clicked the wrong button! More like Fry-yay, ha ha ha. I'm the funny office mom that you go to work with. And I'm also getting a divorce, because they all are. How are you guys? Hope you're having a great day, because I'm here to make your day worse. How's life? How are things? How's stuff? Trying to finally enjoy your Dawntrail vacation. How? Ha 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 ha. Sure. Also, Raven, thank you so much for 32 months. Did you know 16 plus 16 equals 32, which is how many moments to subscribe for? That's kind of bloggers. Did you know that 40 plus 1 equals 41, which is how many moments to subscribe for? That's kind of bloggers. Oh, see, yeah, it is Friday the 13th. Hell yeah. How are you guys? How's it going? I see Zeus is making us lose the game. That's great. Good, good. Business as usual. Business as usual. Actually, make sure my ad change my camera. Never remember to. Nice. Okay. On my shirt. Ba 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 ba. How are you doing? I am doing fabulous. I have had a pretty good week. Things are going pretty well. Did some cleaning today, which, God, needed it. And getting some stuff for the cosplay in line. Wig still hasn't come in yet, so I'm nervous about that.
Nasty
but,
Hi, Sami.
Hi, Xavier. Thanks so much for the 23 months. That's almost 2 years. That's kind of poggers. Oh, thank you. How are you? But, got the dress in. Got some other stuff cleaned up. I got D&D tonight. I'm probably gonna cry a lot. So, we'll see how that goes. There's been some interesting stuff going on. That's for certain. But I've had a generally speaking a pretty good week. And she's gonna have to dye her hair blonde. No, I won't do that. I ordered the wig over a month ago, though. So I'm hoping it comes in soon. It did ship, I believe, but like, it's been a long time coming. Should be here soon. I say, hopefully. Luckily, Spirit Halloweens are back. Yeah. It was an expensive wig, though, so I'd like to get it and be able to use it. And Andy? Nice. Yeah. That's tonight as well. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be a very sad session. Which is okay. Now you gotta have this every once in a while, you know? I'm also excited too, because I get to play some Pathfinder this weekend. So, that should be pretty fun. I also have a vacation coming up in like 2 weeks. Which will affect my streaming schedule a little bit, but not actually that much. So, not a huge deal. Have you had any difficulty going back and forth between D&D and Pathfinder? The only difficulty I've had has been me going back to D&D and going, wow, the system sucks. I wish I was playing Pathfinder right now. That's about all the difficulty I've had. Also, hi, Taros. How are you? Wanted to say hello. Well, I'm glad you're saying hello. I miss you. I hope you're having a good day. But, yeah, that's been my, experience switching back and forth between the systems. There are often many times where I want to do something, in D&D, and I'm like, oh, I can't do that, that's a Pathfinder thing. Right, alright, I guess I'll go, fuck myself. maybe not quite that bad. Typically speaking, my DMs are pretty generous on things. Why do I have this fishing? Sometimes it's nice to wallow in the field. So there's gonna be some wallowing, let me tell you what. No, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really interesting, I think. Oh, another big thing that happened this week is I had an insane dream that's so insane, I guess I started writing a book about it? Or something like that? I don't know if it's actually going to turn into anything. It might just be a creative exercise to get, like, the idea out of my head. But it was so good that, like, I was like, I gotta fucking write this down. Was it Yuri? Yes, it was. Like, I literally have to write this down. I can tell you guys about it if you want me to. It's insane. You'll see what I mean, but I had, like, the most wild bullshit dream ever in my life. Like, for real, for real. Yes, that's right, Turos, you're beautiful. Remember that. Do you have lucid dreams? Yeah, I do. Let me tell you what, I certainly did. I have pretty active dreams. I have some pretty wild and active dreams. I also tend to write my dreams down if they're, like, particularly memorable. Nice. Let's go. Usually when I start to realize I'm dreaming, I wake up. No, that's fair. But yeah, that's part of the reason for my good mood too, just because I've been rolling that around my head. I actually finished a chapter of it. Just because, like I said, I don't know if this is gonna be a book or anything or what, but like, I feel like it could be. TTRPG talk, time to evangelize Lancer. Hell yeah. No, look, miss, I want to play Lancer so bad. It looks like a lot of fun. I know my one DM really wants to play Lancer too, but we're also in a campaign right now, so we'll have to finish that first. Also, to get dreams like that practically take possession of you to create something, literally is what happened. Literally. Oh, I got a 4th place. Holy shit. I did it. Eh. But, sorry, to finish one thought and then to go into another. Because I don't always like leaving my topics as scattered as they could be. Excuse me. Twitch was eating my messages for a second. Is okay. But no, to reiterate, I'd love to play Lancer. That sounds like a blast. It looks like a really cool system. I've been starting to play a bit more Pathfinder, which has been fun. And I know my next campaign that I DM will be Pathfinder. And I know probably my Friday night cruise probably also going to shift to Pathfinder. So that's really fun. I just got to convince my IRL group to play something different. We are trying Kids on Bikes. Oh, Lancer mentioned!
Lancer mentioned.
And we are trying Kids on Bikes for a one-shot, so that's kind of fun. Testing a different thing. I'm trying to convert them to a different system, though. I know my IRL group might use a Star Wars RPG to do a Star Wars campaign, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, it should be fun. It should be a good time. Like I said, there's, especially with, again, more recent news about Wizards of the Coast, I have been done, and I'm just like, anyway. Goodbye. So it'll be fun. I'm actually working on a Pathfinder one-shot as well. That should be good. Oh gods, what have they done now? Bullshit, more bullshit. Basically a Hasbro CEO is like, oh yeah, we're gonna be using AI. Like, we are using AI. We're doing it now. We're using AI. Everyone uses AI. We're using AI. Just like with his full chest. Said that, and I'm not even joking, that's basically what he said. Which is like, look, I unsubbed from D&D Beyond, because of all the bullshit they did, and I don't think I'm gonna fucking resub. I'm still in D&D campaigns right now, but I still don't think I'm gonna resub because, fuck that. Even if the yearly subscription isn't that expensive, I don't want to give them literally any money. Persona game. Oh, nice. Foundation for Phantasy Star and ONF at 14. Oh, for the TTRPG system, I gotcha. Also, Sam, you're right. Sammy being taken by a Fey mood occupying a crafting station to produce on Masterwork. Literally me. Play something other than D&D when we finish this campaign? Yeah, I've literally been working on my group for like 2 years. And I believe we are. It looks like I've finally gotten them to a point where they're like, oh yeah, we can do something different. Partially because of how scummy Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro have been, but also, partially because I've kind of made enough one-shots from them to play the system for them to be like, oh, this is kind of fun. I like how I can be a gunslinger in this game, and the guns kind of actually work. And I'm like, yeah! Or, oh, wow, I really like how I can heal people without having to use magic. I can take a feat for that. I'm like, yeah! Or another player's like, oh man, I wish I could do this skill check thing in the middle of combat and would affect combat. And I'm like, you can! And they're like, oh, wow! I'm obviously exaggerating it for the sake of humor, right? But there has been with at least a couple of my players a bit of the like,
and you get an eye, and you get an eye, and you, oh, that's not it. Oh, hell no.
Hell no. Hell yeah, Kiki. There have been a couple people that have been a bit of like, Pathfinder has so many rules. I don't know if I can play it. And it's like, okay, so you have 3 actions in combat. So for your first turn, I think you should move. That's 1 action. Attack, that's a 2nd action. And why don't you do like a recall lore check to see if you remember anything about the bad guy? That's your 3rd action. And they're like, oh wow, that was so easy. And I'm like, yes! Oh my god! Yes! It is! And everything runs off of the same resource, so you're not sitting there going, do I have any bonus actions to use? Is this spell a bonus action or an action? How much movement speed do I have? I don't understand. Oh, did I do all the things I had to? It's like, no, it's all just boom, 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 you're done. It's okay. Sorry, that's my little rant. Pathfinder's really not that complex, at least at a base level, right? Like, if you're playing not the fucking alchemist, right? It's actually fairly simple. And the alchemist actually got hella simplified in the new stuff too, which is even better. that too. And that's basically what I told my players is I was like, look, one of the main reasons I want to switch to Pathfinder is because I'm so fucking tired of having to do literally fucking everything myself. I'm in charge of everything. I'm in charge of all the rules. I'm in charge of pretty much all the characters. I'm in charge of the NPCs. I'm in charge of the combat. My campaign is a level 19 campaign, and I can't remember the last time I used an actual enemy to have my players fight because it is so hilariously unbalanced at later levels that enemies either one-shot your players, but more often get fucking creamed in a round. And it's like, why do these later levels even exist? Why do they exist? Because I have to do so much work to make the map, find some kind of inspiration for the monster, find a reason why they're there, why are they fighting it, and then I have to make the monster from scratch because they have to have the right level of HP, they have to do the right amount of damage, they have to have interesting and different abilities. Because I can't have them fight the same bullshit the whole time, they'll get bored, right? So I am doing so much work on just getting the fucking system to function. I don't want to do it anymore. Which is basically what I told my players. Like, I literally can't keep going. Like, I don't want to keep doing this because it is fucking, it sucks. It sucks. I would rather take my creative juices and my time, which is valuable, and have it be on like fun things that I plan for D&D. You know, like maybe the loot that they get, or some interesting plot twists, or NPCs, or writing the script and the plot and stuff like that. And Pathfinder has such a large encyclopedia of monsters that are tagged well, that are balanced well, that can be adjusted. Just get one of the many monster calculators out there. Get one of the many monster calculators out there, and use it. That's it. It is so easy. It is so easy. And if, you know, maybe there's a monster I want to use, I can always like reskin them or flavor them as a different thing, but at least their stats are all there and they work. Like, holy shit, what a concept. At least fucking Pathfinder gives me the prices for items instead of me having to make bullshit up. Anyway, sorry. That's the end of my rant. End of my rant. Let me just flavor them however. Yeah, no, just, sorry. That is the main thing I'm really tired of with D&D, is how much work is expected of the DM, and how little return you get, how little support you get. That makes me very angry, as you can tell. So, anyway, sorry, Sammy rant over. Now, do you guys want to hear a more fun topic of the dream that possessed me to create Masterworks? You guys want to hear about that? It involves Yuri, so I'm sure
45
many
is
of
the
you
sum
will
of
be
all
intrigued.
single-digit decimal digits and also the atomic number of rhodium. If you drive a car with a catalytic converter, say thank you to rhodium and the number 45.
I don't know what that means, Nova, but you're beautiful. Thank you so much for the 9 times 5, which is 45. That's kind of bonkers. Hooray! Yippee! Please bring out the Yuri masterpiece as a palette cleanser. I absolutely will. Except I got further in this than I thought I would, so... excuse me. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Yeah. Whoops. I should have gone right, like how I started. I die. Whew. Oh, Jimmy Jimmy. Anyway. Yes, do you guys want to hear about the Yuri now? It's time for the Yuri. So, this was about Tuesday night? I believe, Tuesday night. Oh, Kiki, you don't want to hear about the Yuri? Shucks. Tuesday night, I had a big fat dream. In fact, I actually slept in from work. I was not late though, I got to work on time, but I did sleep in because of the power of Yuri. I can wait, excellent. Basically, yeah, it was Tuesday night, I believe. So, I wake up, because I had this wild ass dream. I woke up like in a sweat, having overslept, and then I fucking like I literally, my alarm clock went off. I woke up, went no, turned it off, went back to sleep, and went like back into the dream. I don't know how that fucking happened, but I was like, it was insane. Basically, what the dream was, is I was a lady, as I am, and I was essentially, being chased. So it was a little bit of a spooky dream, but it was also very sexy, and I'll explain why. Here, you know what? Let me read some of the shit I wrote down, because like I said, I wrote this down. So basically, I had a dream I kept running around. There is a nice, soft lady. I don't know why soft, but she was gentle, perhaps. She was very kind but mysterious, kind of golden aura vibes. She had this big dude with her, and the two of them were in suits, and they kept moving me around, right? They kept sort of like taking me from place to place, and they were trying to essentially hide me from this other lady, redhead mommy type of lady. She had some other hot people that would appear with her too, but she was certainly the focus of my attention. And this redheaded hot lady was the one hunting me with her gaggle of hotties, as these other two nice suited folks started moving me from place to place. There were a lot of parts in the dream where I would like be taken to like a barn, and I would hide in the barn while the two people in suits went to go deal with the others. And there's about a 50-50 chance of either the suited friends came back to grab me and then to move me again, or one of the hot people or the hot mommy would find me and then be like, hey, let's talk, let's chat. Don't you want, like, hey, let's be friends, let's chat. And a lot of this was happening at night. It was like almost always night that the hot lady would appear. And she was a little scary. I remember her being kind of intimidating. Because I would like be hiding in like the bathroom, and I would hear like the door get like lockpicked and open, and then she would find me, and she knew my name, which was spooky. Right, the very spooky. So, and she kept trying to like take me away, and she kept trying to convince me to like, she kept kind of, is that fucking Marcel? Amazing. Oh, Jahara, yeah, that, of course it is. Beautiful. Basically, like, she kept trying to convince me to come with her, that I should come with her, right? And there are multiple incidences where she'd like have me, she'd be talking to me, and her gaggle of hotties would be near and or around. But then usually something would happen where one of them would kind of rush in and be like, hey, we gotta go. And then hot mommy would be like, do you want to come with us? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really sure. And then like the soup people would show up and they'd scatter. And it's like, okay, like I don't know what's going on. And this happened a lot. Like there were multiple times of this. Of them moving me to a place, moving me here and there, blah, blah, blah. And the hot lady also had dogs that would like sniff me out and stuff too. It was crazy, right? This shit was crazy. Eventually, after like the fifth or sixth time of me being hidden, and the suited people taking me to a place, I was like, guys, what's happening? You guys are nice, but I don't really know you. I don't know what's going on. What's happening? What are you two doing? Who the fuck are those guys? Why are they spooky? Why is the one lady so sexy? And they explained that essentially, the two of them were angels, with the one lady in particular being my guardian angel, and the hot lady and her crew were all demons. Specifically, the hot lady was like an arch-demon or something, or like an arch-tempter. She was specifically called a tempter, because a tempter's job in sort of the demon world, apparently, according to this dream, was that it is to tempt people into sins. And of course, that is in opposition to my, quote, guardian angel, who is to protect me. And tempters typically go after someone most blatantly, like they start to physically appear to them when they are at what they presume to be their most vulnerable, to be seduced into a sin, right? And I was like, what does that mean? Hello, what does that mean? And they were kind of like, look, it's really complicated. It could mean a lot of things. We don't actually know 100% of what she exactly wants with you. And yeah, dreams of intricate lore. Yeah, right? Yeah, right? And this was about at the point too where like the first half or so of these me trying to hide from them, the lady was pretty spooky. I'll be honest, she was kind of scary. Like there were some moments where I was legitimately quite scared of her because she was spooky. But these last couple of times when she had like approached me, when she had found me, she was like a lot gentler about it, and she was a lot more like, hey, let's just talk, okay? Like just you and me. Hey, just pay attention to me. Like, she had gotten a lot more like flirtatious with me, which of course, naturally, this worked on me because I was like, hot redheaded lady. She also had red eyes. I remember that too. But basically this powerful tempter had set her eyes on me. And this is such a Catholic Yuri dream. OMG. Oh, Kiki girl, wait. Just you wait. Basically I had figured out, like, okay, so you guys are angels. They're demons. That's why I should cooperate with you, because they want something with me. And they're like, yeah, exactly. And I'm like, okay. And there was a couple more times I hid. But the last time, and this time I distinctly remember we were like in a barn. And I was like hiding atop I was like in a weird spot where I was like in the bathroom inside of the barn had like a bathroom in it, which isn't like crazy uncommon, but I was like in the cupboard hiding, and I had heard what I thought were gunshots and some fighting, but then one of the hot lady's minions like knocked on the cupboard and was like, oh hey, you in here? Oh, you are. Hey girl, what's up? Boss lady wants to talk to you. And I was like, and then like I step out of the bathroom into the barn because I'm like, okay, shit, I got caught, I guess. And there were like 50 people there with the hot lady. Her posse got steadily bigger as she seemed to double down and triple down on getting me. And once we got there, with all of these people present, my poor angel friends were nowhere to be seen. The hot lady's like, okay, look, you seem to know a bit more of what's going on, right? You know we're demons. Heard a weird sound. Like, okay, you know we're demons. You know that. And now, I'm here to tell you what I've been wanting from you this whole time, okay? Do you want to be a demon? And I was like, oh, what? I was like, huh? What's going on? And we talked about things, but basically she had said, like, hey, look, like, you know, I get it. You know, you're kind of living your life right now, but you're like unsatisfied with your life, right? Like you want more. You want something different. You want like a spirit of adventure. You want something new, right? This could be that. This will be something new. You'll have an entirely different life that'll be much more exciting, much more fun. And she really sold me on it. I'll be honest, she was really hyping it up. And she said, this is how typically we make demons, right? We convince people to join us, but it has to be of your own choice. I can't make you do it. It has to be consensual. Which I'm like, this seems like a sex allegory, but continue. But she was like, yeah, it's only via your choice. If you don't want to, I can leave. And, you know, of course, there's this room of like 50 people around me, but they all seemed pretty excited with the idea. And you know what, guys? I was kind of like, I don't know, she's kind of hot. Basically, you know, I was kind of basically like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a whirl. And she's like, excellent. And then she asked for like a possession of mine, and for some reason, I pulled out of my pocket this like cross necklace that I used to wear in high school, right? And I pulled that out of my pocket, and she's like, perfect. And then she had one of her demons, like reforge it into a heart that was sort of made out of the bent cross that had like sort of this like divot in the heart. So that was sick. And I also heard, again, more gunshots and fighting outside of the barn. And I was like, what's that? And she's like, nothing. We should hurry, though. And then she went and she took this heart, and she's like, okay, last chance. The cattle-cessed dream of all time. Real. She's like, okay, last chance. And I was like, hit me, I guess, right? Like, let's do this. And she took like the heart, and then she like pushed it like into my chest. And then I was in horrible pain, horrible burning pain as it like seeped into my chest. And I remember collapsing as I felt my entire body in a kind of horrible body horror type of way begin to like shift and break and change. I did manage to stay conscious though, as I was transformed into a little demon. I distinctly would remember feeling my tail grow, which was very unpleasant. My horns too, because they literally bled down my face. Like they came out of my head and then I bled down my face. And I was like sweating and panting. It was really hard. It was really tough. And then I was a cute pink demon, because of course I was pink. But I had these like black markings like up to my like forearms and like up to my knees. So I had like a cool patterning, like a pattern like to me. It was kind of fun. I transformed, I was sweaty, I had blood on my face, I was panting, and then the hot demon mommy, like, leaned down, took my face, and she kissed me. She mouth, tongue, and all, kissed me. And so congratulations. And I was like, oh, wow, mommy. And, you know, and all her like little demon posse, they all like cheered. They were super excited. And then she was like, okay, hey, let's go home now. All right? Don't you want to see your new place? And I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain, but sure. And then we all skedaddled out of there. And I didn't see those angels, but I'm assuming they were the ones who were outside. So we teleport like back into hell, into her palace, where I kind of get introduced to a couple of her people. There were 3 other demons. They were all people in her posse that I had kind of seen before. One of the guys was the guy that found me in the bathroom. He was like this like tall, sort of like emo looking boy. There was this really big guy, and then there was like a hot lady with like straight hair. I remember. They were all demons, of course. They sort of like reintroduced themselves, and I got to see what everyone looked like actually as a demon, because these people were in disguise the whole time, so I got to see them actually as a demon. So the hot redhead lady, she was like a purple demon. A purple demon with like wings and stuff. I learned that she is like, yeah, she's like royalty. She's like an archdemon or like duchess or something in hell. And specifically, she is a pride demon. Which is kind of why she acts the way she does. And then she's like, and congratulations, you are a lust demon. And I'm like, huh? What does that mean? And she's like, well, every demon works by, they have sort of this like penultimate sin to them. And that's sort of the type of demon, that's how they categorically kind of get split up. Multiple, you know, every demon has multiple sins to them, but there's sort of one that is like their sin, that is like their thing, right? And she explained the way that you're transformed into a demon is you are given an artifact that used to hold a special sort of meaning, potentially a religious meaning to you. It is modified and then used to bring out your greatest sin instead of suppress it. And I was like, oh, so mine's lust then. And she's like, bingo. And I'm like, oh, what does that mean? And she's like, oh, well, like, you know, demons like vary, like their different types of sins kind of vary in how they operate and like things that they do. One of the things for lust demons is that they have pheromones. Hi Ashley, I'm explaining the hot demon dream. Wow, what a tense moment to leave off on. Hello. Thank you so much for the raid. I super duper appreciate it. Do you want to hear about sexy Catholic demon dreams? Because here we are. Thank you so much for the raid. I super duper appreciate it. Have an absolutely fabulous day. Because my day more fabulous. My name is Sammy, or Zoomy, or Zoom, call me any of the above. I am Ashley's best friend. It is a fact. And my stream is all about positivity, comfort vibes, be safe place for everybody. I mostly critically, analytically, and sillily talk about games. Mostly RPGs. I'm getting through Persona 3 right now in FF14 Dawntrail edition. Quite tragically, we haven't actually started the stream because we had a whole big rant about D&D, and now I started explaining my insane Yuri dream that I had earlier this week that I already told Ashley and I gave her a chapter of because I started writing it down because the Fae possessed me to make a masterwork. Quote that credit of a joke to Sam. He's very funny. How are you guys? How's it going? How was stream? You were playing Dawntrail, right? Also, Therapod Art, thank you so much for following. I super appreciate it. I hope you have an absolutely terrific day. Doing my day more terrific. I love you. Also, you should follow Ashley under threat because I will eat you if you don't. But I'm pretty sure all of you probably do. When I was in the shower, what Yuri dream? It's a long one. Or, sorry, I shouted out Therapod Art. I'm sure you're a great friend. I meant to shout out Ashley. You know what, that got you, friend. Don't mind me. There we go. Sorry, I got distracted. Therapod is great and also deserves a shout out. I believe it. Therapod, you know, you're beautiful. I love you. sorry, the Yuri dream. So it's totally understandable. True. T and M are so close. Anyway, back to the story. Back to my insane dream. But yeah, they explained that, like, yeah, you're a lust demon. So, like, one of the big things for you are pheromones. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Omegaverse? Sort of, but sort of not really, because it's only a lust demon thing, apparently. But, the thing that they do is, like, they literally make other people look more attractive by being around them. Like, their presence just makes them more attractive. So, according to the hot demon mommy, Timmy, not the Omegaverse. It's not the Omegaverse. Not an Omegaverse stream. There's just a funny similarity. Okay, good night, Ashley. Very poggers. I'm glad Dawntrail's being awesome. Very good. You're wonderful, Ashley. Hope stream is good. But, yeah, so basically, she also explained that, like, a lot of, like, you know, important demons will keep, like, a lust demon on their court, literally for the point of making them and the people around them look sexier and look more attractive. Because they do so with their mere presence. And she essentially offered me that job. And I was like, oh, wow, I feel so special. And she's like, yeah, that can be you if you want it to be. I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds like a fun job. I just gotta sit there and look cute. And she's like, yeah, sure. There's no other reason. Categorized as good smells, good vibes, demon. That's their job. That was my job. And it was funny because the hot demon mommy had to go, like, do some other stuff. And then I was left with those other 3 demon people. And they were all like, yeah, that's what she wants you for. I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, clearly, you know, she's got her eyes on you. I'm like, what do you mean? Just me? And they're like, no, she wants to fuck you, dude. And I'm like, what? No, that's crazy. And they're like, when you were turned into a demon, she helped you get up by kissing you on the lips. And I'm like, she does that to everybody. And they're like, no, she doesn't. It was really funny. Those 3 were really fun. They were a hoot. But they're like, hey, congrats. The Duchess doesn't really, like, do that with, like, anybody. So for some reason, you caught her attention. And then I'm like, oh, are you sure? And they're like, well, halfway through your temptation, did you notice things kind of shifted a bit? She went from really scary to, a lot nicer to you? And I was like, oh yeah, I did kind of notice that. And they're like, yeah, you dummy. And now she's gonna hire you, pay you money to stand next to her and look cute. And I'm like, that's because of the pheromones thing. And they're like, uh-huh. Just because of that, sure. And anyway, I get settled in hell. It's an interesting place, by the way, very warm. Not very lava or fiery. It was a little purpley though. Maybe that's just because I was living in this lady's palace. So that's a whole thing. And if you might think, Sammy, this is a really detailed dream, I go, yeah, it fucking was. And basically from then on there, I start spending more time around her and around those guys. And yeah, she's really nice to me. The hot demon lady is. She's not necessarily nice to everybody though. She's kind of mean. That's kind of hot. Anyway, the hot demon mommy was all kind of like, the hot demon mommy was kind of like, there's a thing that happened. I kind of forget that part. But she kind of explained like, oh, hey, I'd like to see you in my, like, personal quarters. And I was like, oh, what does that mean? And then everyone else was like, hey, have fun. And I'm like, what does that mean? Anyway, I get there, and she's like, hey, do you want to take a bath with me? And I'm like, yeah, duh. And then what you think happened, happened. Because, then we fucked in the bathtub. Which was not like a bathtub, it was like a big pool. But yeah, I remember, having sex in that big pool. she said something like how she couldn't keep her claws off of me. And I was like, oh, okay. And then we like dried off and stuff, and then we had more sex, and then we transitioned into the latter part of the dream where our relationship got very sexual. And yeah, I started like seeing her regularly. I mean, I was hired by her, but I like literally she said like she said, I forget exactly how she worded it, but basically said something along the lines of like, okay, and don't forget, you're mine, no one else's. And I went, okay. And then later, she got me a choker that had like her like fucking like emblem on it. And I even showed like the other demons like, yeah, isn't this cute? And they're like, oh, you're wearing a collar. I'm like, no, I'm not. They're like, that's a collar. I'm like, it's a choker. I was really in denial about our relationship. I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. I was really in denial. And there was like another point, where like there was another thing where she told one of those guys like, hey, you know, Duchess wants to see you in her room. Have fun having sex. And it was like, we're not gonna have sex. And they're like, what did you do last time you went in there? And I'm like, don't worry about it. And then I get there, and then the hot demon mommy has hot lingerie on, and I'm like, oh, wow. And then we fucked again. And there was like the last like section of the dream was a lot of sex. It was a lot of demon sex. Yeah, and then I woke up and I felt different. But like there was, I don't know what was going on there. I was really in denial. Like I said, it wouldn't be realistic if you weren't in denial about like whether she liked me. And those other 3 demons were like, you're dumb. She is in love with you. Are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't know about that, as she is literally the sexiest motherfucker in the universe and calls me to her quarters. And then that same part where she met me in the lingerie and I was hot, she was like, oh, do you want to like sleep here tonight? Because I had made a comment earlier about how I was having trouble sleeping at night. And she's like, would you feel safer here? Like, would you feel safer in my bed? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, we can just like sleep together. And we had sex again. But then we did like sleep in the same bed. And then I remember, this was like at the end of the dream, I think. But I remember like waking up in the bed, and I think this was me like waking up, right? But I remember like people kind of being there, and I was just like casually in her bed, very naked. It was great. But I don't remember much else there because I'm pretty sure that's where it ended. But yeah, like, not only is she a sexy, scary demon mommy, but she was literally all like, would you feel safer here? And I'm like, yeah. And again, she was consensual about it too. Even the whole demon transforming thing, that was all consensual. Yeah. So yeah, I had a dream. I had that dream, and I'm pretty sure I'm a changed woman. I don't think I can ever go back to before having that dream. So that's why I started writing shit down. And I gave Ashley the first chapter of it just to see, because I told her about it and she's like, yeah, please make this a book. I don't know where that's gonna go. Maybe it will turn into a book, who knows? But I started writing that shit down because I literally couldn't, I like had to.
Wow. A whole year. So cool, Zumai Shork.
So cool. Taggle, thank you so much for the whole year. That's poggers. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Because you made my day more beautiful in poggers. It's like the kind of dream you would have had, and you repenting the rosary prayers of guilt that you had it in high school. Yeah, no, the cross necklace thing was insane. That was an insane maneuver. And you guys say, like, this seems like literally a dream of, like, Catholic guilt and, like, gay repression. And I think it fucking was. I don't know. Has that been bubbling into me this whole time? I guess. But no, like, I distinctly remember the cross necklace. I still have it. I'm pretty sure it's on my jewelry stand. My cross necklace from high school. Haven't worn it in a while, but I'm pretty sure it's right over there. Right? And I pulled out of my pocket, and then she turned it... Oh, and I forgot to mention this, but when I turned into a demon, you know that heart thing that got, like, pushed into me that she changed? It became like a tattoo on my chest. So I just had this tattoo of a heart kind of over my boobs. How appropriate for a lust demon, right? But like, yeah. Right? Also, I had pheromones that made people sexy and horny, I guess. Like, it was wild. That's legit one of the most insane dreams I've ever had. It was so crazy. Or it could just be a good dream. It could just be a good dream. But I did kind of think about it, and I'm like, this could be kind of an interesting book. It'd be like a sapphic, like, supernatural thriller, in a way. And you could even, like, expand upon it and talk about, like, life after becoming a demon, because there's some interesting things you could have done. I distinctly remember thinking, once I transformed into a demon, and when I was in hell, I was like, oh god, I never talked to my family about this. They probably just think I died, or that I disappeared. Because that could be interesting, right? Could you imagine, like, turning into a demon, and then meeting your, like, human parents again? That would be weird. Or, better yet, the guardian angels. What happened to them? And imagine you turn into a demon, and then you get to meet your guardian angel again. You get to see them again. They failed, right? And they get to see you. What happened to their failure is you, right? The demons successfully turned you, and it's their fault. They weren't able to defend you. Like, that's interesting, right? Like, that's kind of interesting. Further, that dream that reminded me of a certain in-case webcomic, minus the guardian angels and cross necklace. Ah, I see what you mean. Excuse me. But yeah. Insane dream, huh? So, I don't know, I think it could be a really interesting story. I wouldn't go as far to call it like an erotica, but it probably, I mean, it's like a supernatural romance, right? So, let's face it, I can put sex scenes in that. I can write a sex scene or 5. Like, that's pretty normal. A lot of romance books just have sex scenes in them now. Yeah, what does failure mean for them? Does their purpose change? Do they get reinsigned? Do they have to live with the guilt? If of interest. Oh no, I've heard of the invitation. Don't you mind me. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a really weird dream. That's like a really fun dream. I mean, I'll be honest, it was a fun dream. I would have, Where's my fuck dreams, damn it? Look, alright? Not all of us are so lucky to get fingered by a hot demon mommy in a bathtub.
All I took away from this is that Sammy's capital sin is horny.
Yeah. Duh. Is it wrong the thing that I got out of all of this is that I feel bad for your guardian angel? No, that's okay. I think that's okay. Like, I think you're kind of supposed to feel bad for her. Because she was nice. Like, she was pretty nice. She was pretty, too. I think she had a gun. But, yeah, I didn't see them again. Right? Also, who was the other one? He was another angel, I believe. He wasn't specifically my guardian angel, but he was another angel working with her. But it was literally like the two of them versus like 50 demons. Because that's one of the things that kept happening. Is like she kept coming back with more and more demons to like do more and more to like distract and search and like do more and more, right? Run interference, basically. Yeah, I distinctly remember the lady. She was my guardian angel, and he was like her assistant or something. You should be a handful for sure. She called for backup. Yeah. No, I mean the angels were nice. They were pretty nice, but you know, I kind of got tired of being chased, and I kind of got tired of all that other stuff. So it's just like, all right, well, demon me up. Apparently, it's quite permanent too. So, and it still didn't help. Look, there was a hot demon mommy. Was I supposed to say no? Was I supposed to say no? Was I supposed to say no? Is this news? Nope. So yeah. Because you've passed your wife and husband, angels wanted you to say no. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did, but I wasn't strong enough. The power of hot demon mommy was too powerful. She was hot too. We could have gone in on an angel throuple. Considering how sexless they were, I doubt it. They didn't like that I kept swearing. I do remember that. I do remember that I said fuck a couple of times and they were like, language. But they were nice. So, yeah, I've been in a pretty good mood. That dream kind of made my week, honestly. It was really great. Babby. I've just been like thinking about it like the past few days, so that's why I started writing shit down, is because I was like, I have to get this like out of my brain. Hi, Kevin. Angels, but only for procreation. The demon lady. Okay, but hear me out. Yeah. Yeah. It worked on me? It worked on me. And like I said, demon lady, she was really hot. She had red hair too. Sharp teeth. Was I supposed to say no? Don't answer that. Anyway, we should probably play some Final Fantasy XIV, because it's been an hour of just yapping. And I was criticized for that last stream, so we should probably at least do a quest or two. How do you guys feel about that, huh? quest or two. Not a criticism. Observation. Uh-huh. Now that I'm done ranting about D&D and horny demons, allow me to summarize last stream and what happened. I would call it a ribbing. Sammy just talked about her Final Fantasy. Yeah. Charles did what the fuck, Nomad? Huh, religion. Oh, this was a yapping stream. Shh. Real movie being produced. Huh. How fun. Fair enough. Well, anyway, on the last episode of Final Fantasy XIV, Dawntrail Edition, Eris and gang had to, well, we did the final trial. We, met the most handsome Ro, Keteram, and he was all like, now you guys have to find the Golden City. We're like, thanks, Keteram. Anyway, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I'm keeping an eye on this place and making sure the, like, you know, the Autarch does his job. We're like, okay, weird. But anyway, we all leave. Then he says, then he talks to, Erinville and is like, oh, your mom would be proud of you. And he's like, okay. That was the thing. And then we're like, we're off to see the Golden City of Terral. We, talked to, some of our friends, and, even the Autarch helped us a little bit. He could not help us directly, but his wife certainly could. And she explained that, you know, the wizard and, the Dawn Servant passed through here a while ago, and we're like, okay, that was probably to put the seal on the Golden City. And they're like, yeah, so it's probably somewhere in this forest. There's only one place in this forest we don't go to, and that is the cenote where their children are buried.
We're off to see the city, the Golden City of Tyrell.
Tyrell? So we're like, oh, that's where we have to go. So we go into the children crypt, and it's a dungeon. It's a big dungeon. It's a really big dungeon. Really pretty dungeon, though. And as we go through that, the landscape steadily changes until we get to techno purple. Less golden, techno purple. More techno purple. We're like, oh, this is really weird. We get there, Alize goes, I hope it's not the Elegians. I swear if it is. And we're like, yeah, fuck those guys. But also, what the fuck is happening here? Something's really off and really weird. There's a big seal on the front door. We defuse the seal, walk in, and there's a weird kind of pyramid shape. It's all techno-y and purpley and golden. So Urple. And we go, oh, is this the city? And there's a big gate, a gate that we can't get through. And then Gulu Jaja shows up and goes, well, you guys did it! Congratulations! There's nothing else here. Don't worry about it. Your Dawn Servant will comment. And she's like, yay, I'm Dawn Servant. Everyone's like, yay! Except for Kryl, who goes, guys, I think something is very suspicious here. Like, what is going on? This is not a golden city. There's a weird gate. What's behind the gate? Everyone's like, we don't care! And then Gulu Jaja thankfully does say, oh, I'll explain stuff later. And unfortunately, Kryl is a woman and is Kryl and not considered a main character, so no one listened to her at all. Yep. And then we all just moved on. We get back. They take some time to set up, you know, for the whole celebration and the exchanging of the crowns and blah, 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 blah. Kono shows up and goes, hey, so Uklamat's gonna offer you a job, but she doesn't want to offer me one. I think my sister hates me. We're like, Kono, no, she could never. And we get there on the Dawn Servant Day. Everyone's like, wow, Wuklamit, we believe in you now. And we get to see everyone that we met on our journey, and it's really fun, and it's a good moment. Gulu Jaja introduces his daughter and is like, hey, she's the Dawn Servant. And she's like, I am, but... And then she jumps off the fucking building and goes, hey, Kona, do you want to be Dawn Servant with me? We can each be a different head. And then Kona's like, really? And she's like, yeah, this was my plan from the beginning, actually. And everyone's like, wow, amazing. And Gulu Jaja's like, this is so great. And everyone's like, hey, this is wonderful. And Gulu Jaja's like, yeah, also my other head's dead, by the way. He's been dead. And everyone goes, oh, no. So we learned that one of the heads of Gulu Jaja has died. And that, he's the one who put together this whole plan. But the head of Resolve is like, yeah, sorry, but, you know, I'm getting old. Anyway, you two are going to be great Dawn Servants. I'm so proud of you. And everyone's like, yay! Nothing is wrong. Everything's happened. He's been dead for 3 years. Ha 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 ha. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. And we're all like, Kryl? And she's like, I'm still worried. And everyone ignored her. And now that's where we left off. That's what happened. Any questions? Oh, sorry. I forgot. There's another point of dread. Kentrim got fucking murdered. Some ninja fucking assassinated his ass. And we don't know why. Handsome Squidward got taken down by a ninja. Oh, right, that. Yeah! Yeah! The assassin was Shadow the Hedgehog, Keanu Reeves. Dawntrail is over and we can go home. Yeah, we're only at the level 95 MSQ quest, but I'm sure we can just go home. So yeah. That's what happened. Teehee. That's how Endwalker was over and we killed Zodiac. Yeah! That was so easy. So, anyway. Let's see what all this business is about. Ever greater, ever brighter. The reason it was very wise indeed to buy something so upright meaningful as very succession. It's a shame you cannot be here to bear witness to the end. So, celebration for sure, but I'm glad to mock at the recognition she deserves. True. Might have told someone what she was planning. Pokemon does not act the best interest of her people in her mind. True. Probably want to share why we sail up the Golden City and get the Dawn Servant crown before the Head of Resolve dies. Yeah, that's fair. Good point. Wuklamit has truly come into her own, has she not? Indeed, even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn Servant. Sudden as it was, I would like to believe she just gave it all due consideration. Could do far worse. Kona has completed every feat except the last, and was only forfeited to help Wuklamit secure victory. That's true. Look forward to seeing how Tuliol will prosper under their care. Oh hey, there she is, the Lady of the Hour. Everyone, thank you for coming. I see you all perfectly from up there. It was an impressive speech, Dawn Servant. I told you no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through, you're nothing less than family. Aww. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Llama T. Aww. It'd be my honor, Llama T. Thank you. It means a lot to me. It'd also be my honor to call you Llama T. Might as well. Indeed, consider us your Eorzean cousins, if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousin. That's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. They should have changed her name here from Wuklama to just Llama T now that that's how we refer to her. That'd be fun. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters for visiting for the occasion. Could you wait here for me? Of course, we'll keep yourselves entertained. That said, would you join me, Eris? Otters. Wonderful. Come meet me outside the Winged Walk, then. I saw Kentrim in attendance, did you? Yeah, he wasn't there. Llama T? Llama T? Don't worry about us, go and have fun with Llama T. You'll always be Wuklama to me, no matter how important she gets. Well, fair enough. You get acquainted with the leaders and the cultures. That would be cool, Turos. I agree. That would be really cool. I think she'd have a blast. Ready? Let's go. First stop is Auntie's Tacos. Not just for a snack, I promise. Kevo and Mablu should be there. Tacos. No, we never did get our fucking tacos. Alize practicing so fucking hard to make sure she doesn't mispronounce Llama T. It's adorable. Llama T? Llama T? Llama Tie? Lamati? Freezing in Ishgard, then getting colder in Garlemald. Oh, she'd have a terrible time in Ishgard and Garlemald. I imagine they'd be so fucking cold. She's used to that warm weather. The Alphado could somehow pull it off flawlessly. Yeah. No, that sounds about right. Twilight Wolf, thank you so much for the follow. I super appreciate it. I hope you're having an absolutely wolf-derful time. Because you're in my time more wolf-derful. Love you so much. How are you? Lamatati? You got it, Epic. Got it in one. Ooh, Lamati. Oh, Kali's. That was delicious, though no doubt even tastier topped with reeds. Probably I'm so lively. It's marvelous if there wasn't she. Oh, I simply wept with joy. Hi, Wakivo. The one embarrassing thing is he gonna say and ask to be executed for it. Non-servant Wuklamat, words can well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities, it's still the same old me. Alright then, I shall forgo formalities. But I cannot, you are not servant too disrespectful to address me without your new title! As Dawn Servant, I order you to not bother with formalities! Alright then, I won't bother anymore. I I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Wicklemat become Dawn Servant, Eris. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but the Dawn Servant Ascension presents us with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. I see. Wonderful plan, no? My first big undertaking as a merchant. Wonderful. Well, I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's good to see you all again. I wanted to personally thank each and every one of you for your help. The feat of reeds, the feat of gold were my first true test as claimant. Not for your guidance, I would have failed the rite of succession before I fully understood the importance. Now you've given me a taste for celebrating culture. I can't wait to see what else Tuliolal has to offer. And Dawntrail, for instance. Always, you must observe proper etiquette. I'd be happy to offer my services as a tutor should you desire them. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend an Iahana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. My name for myself is a merchant. I'll come to the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. I look forward to it. Have you been personally attending to your alpaca's care? There we hope to see you at the ranch again. I'll tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Wicklemat will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. Oh, you haven't seen Farshantan around here, have you? The tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears? Or because they don't have elves in here? The man matching the description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy. Company of a Moblin and a pair of Yokoi, if I remember correctly. Bayside Bevy, got it. For the festivities, everyone. And the tacos. She's so sweet. You know, I do feel like you're right. I feel like Wicklemat would be besties with Nanamo. Or she'd want to be. That's her dedication day discounts. Hereby in effect. I had tacos yesterday. Ugh. I want tacos. I had Taco Bell last night. Does that count? No. Yeah, that's fair. God, he's so huge. That's a man. Our friend. Akarak is grateful for this. Meet again. There's a great burrito taco place in New My Town. Already regular there, everyone recognizes my brother and I when we show up. Oh my god, Taros, that's amazing. Love burrito tacos. Welcome to Tuliolal. Behold a high luminary with awe. Few have seen one of his station or his stature. Alright, French boy. Wicklemat, Dawn Servant, and Eris, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tuliolal is on a short one. Long road worth travel to congratulate new Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be as an offerings to the future he envisioned. Love him. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of a warlord's echo. Had our people come en masse, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense, you're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. Glad to see you hale and whole, Eris. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventure has been both long and colorful. Being near shipwreck, if you'll remember, yet here we stand, celebrating the ascension of your claimant. Where my journey began, I thought only to preserving the peace my father worked hard to create. The feat of pots, the feat of proof, the feat of ice showed me that this place is not simply the absence of being able to live together in safety and happiness. That is what my father envisioned for this name. That's the Tuliolal I want for all of you. I promise you this, as Dawn's servant, I will do everything I can to bring the same happiness to the bandits of Kozamaku and the Yokoi of Chirwagar Salter. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chirwagar come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for millennium, not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. We'll come around eventually, mark my words. Thank you much for the efficiency of such determination. Thanks to the Mopen's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now with the good living, a secure village overflows with fuel smiles. Such collaboration between Elpans and Potsworn is the very spirit of healthy pocket. Partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There's some other people I like to see. Shall we take our lead? Let's try to find Hanmu Rook. The Brax Rocks. I saw him on the sands below. Or no, Jabra? Gleam Sands, thank you. I fucking love Gabi's Beak. Your time in the city, remember, this will always be your home too. Gabi emote. One big happy pot. In respect to Gulo Chacha, though he would doubtless insist upon a bout. Oh yeah, the Yokoi glyphic tradition. Makes sense it'd be over there. The Kermit flailing that characters sometimes do. I love the way the Gobbies do it, how they just kind of like bounce. How they're just kind of like, ah. They're so cute. And boop. And boop. Ow, my ankles. Fight. Fight. Come on, kids, get him back. Oh, you both run fast. He's so small. Be careful. God, this place is beautiful. How far out in the water you can go? Nice. Yeah, I know. I love the little citizen vignettes too. They're super cute. She has been crowned, yes. Due to an auspicious occasion, as Atak Mamuk, I have duty to represent the goodwill of my people. Wonderful variety of foods and flavors they have here. I must be sure to bring some home with the others. Back on the beach to get a tan. Hell yeah. My, you honor us with a personal visit, Dawntrail. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Wukalamat. More than just, I'd say. Grown into a leader fit for this nation. Father must be proud. Hope so. But big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew. Imagine they would say it fills their hearts with joy to see such a strong, compassionate woman you have become. I owe you my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. Kept her safe. Told Bako Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person. But you marched off, muttering about not being able to face you just yet. Moy needs purpose. Purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He's always too obliging for his own good. Sure, he'll find it in his own time. Especially if he knows his family is there for him. Especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the by, have you seen Kentram anywhere? Tonkwa, that is. Kentram was a strong name, if a bit exotic. I called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. His promise was notably absent as well, though I assumed he required time to salve his injured pride. What did Zor... Okay, what the fuck did he do? Was he the ninja? That would make sense, because he's not here too. I thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. The victory must have come quite as a shock to him. As for Tonkwa, he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We best get going, but relax, enjoy, make yourselves at home, and come visit us anytime. Right, I think I found everything I could find. Let us return to the others in their winged walk. Hi, Ed. Hope you're having a good time. Delicious taco. continue to be a friend to her. Hell yeah. Yeah. I don't fucking trust. I do not trust. Sure, Zoralja is... It would make sense he goes after Kentoran to try to, like, have Kentoran show him where the Golden City is. And then for him to try to, like, force access into the city itself. Because he has to, like, be there, right? Or just steal his cabbage. Why is this shit go up so fast? I look so silly. There we go. That's kind of fun. I've been suffering from scurvy this whole time. I knew it. It all makes sense. Fucked up if true. God, I really gotta fucking take a look at my fucking inventory here. It's so full. Gratitude for your assistance and concern. Oh, I'm not sure what they meant by it, but I assume you do. Oh. Huh. Back here in Village, regaling us some stories of Lamptey from back when they were little. What about... What? The one about the taco? I was basically clean when I found it. Or, no, the one about Papa's feathers? Look, I didn't know what else to wipe my nose. It was too little. I was too little to know any better. Oh my god. Gula Jaja may go on a pilgrimage now that he's no longer Dawntrail. I'm sure the transition process will keep him in the capital for some time yet. Pilgrim. Where'd he go? I didn't rush you. He didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
Hey, shit, a voice cutscene. What the hell?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me.
How romantic. Hi, Maddie. How'd your interview go?
I'm not forcing you, of course. But should you wish it, you'll always have a place here.
Jesus, you are tall. Hell yeah. You got the job? That's wonderful. Congrats, Maddie.
Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shaktural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see.
True.
An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no?
She frowned.
I can't believe our journey is over already.
Guys, there's no fucking concern about the fucking Golden City.
You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn servant duties.
Cryo, please say something.
I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me.
Please.
Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
Why was there a Stargate there?
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamuk, we were reminded of a profound truth. That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it, and by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
That would have been better if Garlean was here.
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tuliyolal as well.
Thank you, Cryo. Thank you.
By all means, your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
That's the plan. This is like, I want to see what's
Of
up there.
course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together?
Oh, you want to go back home?
The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural.
Bunnytown.
If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
USA! 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 Can't wait to get there and they're all like cowboys with guns.
Then it's farewell for now.
Which would be the most American thing ever.
Take care, all of you.
Bye, Lamity. Dr. Awa, everyone's a mechanist. Literally, yeah.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktoral Skygate.
Bug.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
I don't like friends to the end. I don't like that. Terrible things are going to happen. She waved. There is a special sense of dread inside of me. How can you go to Jacques Toral? But goddamn, guys, what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm glad Kryl keeps harping about the Golden City, because somebody has to. Why the fuck are Alize and Alphino so unbothered? Why are they so like, oh well. Maybe you should talk to Kryl about your concerns. Oops, she's shunted off screen already, so that's not an option anymore. Lamau. Hey, look. Look, I'm gonna be real. We can tease Squeenix all we want about Kryl's role in Dawntrail. But it's better than literally anything she's had before. Not saying much, I know, but it's better than literally anything she's had before. I'm just glad to see her on screen. It's pretty rare, considering the rest of the game. Even, like, Endwalker, that was supposed to have Kryl as like a main character. She had, like, 2 scenes in, like, all of Endwalker. Like, at least Kryl has a speaking role in Dawntrail. Yeah, 60% of Kryl's experiences at Endwalker were not speaking through her. Absolutely. No, like, Dawntrail is a massive step up from Endwalker. I'm gonna be real. It really is. I still recognize, though, that is not great. Like, it's still not perfect. But I'm gonna be real, that's a problem with the Scions in this expansion so far, right? We're 5 levels into the MSQ, so I think it's fair of me to say the Scion's role in Dawntrail is weird. It is strange. It is a weird role that they've slotted them into. And unfortunately, Kryl is suffering from that as well. I think Kryl is probably the most prominent out of them, which again, big improvement. But like all of them, they have a very strange role of kind of lacking agency and lacking direction. Like, Kryl is kind of the only one who has, I am determined to learn about this Golden City thing. I need to know about my grandfather. There is plot. But, like, you know, it's funny, because it still seems like Urnville somehow has as an equal or more focus on him in parts. And, yeah, you're right. Why are the twins even here? They feel so unnecessary to the story and how it's being told. Yeah, they really marketed this as the Scions are going to be divided and we had to choose sides. That did not happen even a little bit. Yeah. Astinian was here for, like, a scene, and then he fucked off and disappeared. It's like, why are they here? What's going on? And the twins' reason is a really good reason. If, perhaps, it was a Garlean? Like, if we had Julius instead of the twins, that would be really cool. Julius or Lucia, or, like, some other Garlean was traveling with us to be like, yeah, I wanted to see more of Toral to learn about how they can get along so that I can bring this back to my people and that we can maybe figure something out. They won't melt? Maybe. As people would write if no science. I mean, you're probably right, but is this better? Like, I think this is just damning proof that the Scions have nothing left. Like, there's no juice to them. There's no juice to the Scions. They are done, right? They are a part of the story and characters who have finished, right? They can exist as like fun reference or cameos, but they, as in having roles within a story, are basically wholly unnecessary now. Because it doesn't seem like the writers have any ideas for them. And that's not even like, that's not even me criticizing them, but like, it's more of me just like pointing out what I feel like is kind of obvious. You know? They could be a trust member too. Yeah, a Garling could easily be a trust member. They easily could, like a tank, like a DPS tank, right? There'd just been like Wook, Kryl, and Erinville. Maybe. Veteran Science should have actually retired their core group going forward. Should have just been the twins, Raha, Kryl, and Erinville. The Blowjob brothers would have been freed up for Kona's companions, or something else could have fit better. I agree. Honestly, we could have brought a Stinian with us too. That would have been fine. You know, like, make Kryl a DPS healer, bring a Stinian as a DPS, Wook Lamont is like a tank, right? I don't know. I don't know. It just feels weird. It feels a touch awkward. Just a touch. It's over the bridge, lies up. Yes, packed already. And last minute stuff to make before we leave. Frankly, I'm afraid of traveling. Your Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. Randville, you're so silly. Meanwhile, in the depths of Sky Deep Cenote. Yeah, okay. Zoral Jaw's doing unethical things. How did you get all the keystones? How did you get all of those? The gate to the Golden City. Decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt petitioning for the study of this place. What he discovered was something that the Dawn Serpent feared enough to seal away forever, so we thought until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think Tonka would be entrusted with its safekeeping. And I know that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones. We'd have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Shit. Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. Okay. Yeah, no, he had a set of keystones on him because he was here to guard the Golden City. It makes sense. Great power sleeps here, and with it you shall obtain your birthright. So you say, if the new Dawn servant succeeded where I could not, taking their throne will be no easy task. Do you care about your family at all, dog? The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There is no need to worry. What the fuck is that? I have liberated the key from the Dawn servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. Ah. MacGuffin time. You will gain all you were denied, the right your father's shade. All these bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. I'm so evil. Seize your future promise. Open the gate to become the ruler you are destined to be. I'm evil. That's how he sounds now. It's working. Everything's piss-colored. That music is interesting. Something. Can you hear me? Black. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then, you are the guardian of the city's great power? I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Okay, what demon is this? Is that so? Evil grin. He's so evil. They're so evil. Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself.
If a mysterious voice tells you to open a mysterious gate promising powers, just walk away.
Yep, just walk away. The music is kind of bumping here, though. Resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. I promise. Why? The useless tool is cast aside. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. As you wish, but in exchange... Oh. I see. He was a bit of an ass. That was smart. He was the vizier and never trust the vizier. Nah, I feel like Serral Jah was absolutely going to betray Zoral Jah, so Zoral Jah just saved himself the trouble and killed him. Like, he fully saw that one coming, so he's just like, alright, whoop. Not really surprised. He killed Jafar. Yeah, I mean, he killed Jafar before Jafar became a problem. So, I can't necessarily blame him. But also, like... Does it feel like Zoral Jah is like a little comically evil? Is that just me? I feel like he's a little, like, stupidly evil. Like, not just you. Okay, good. Glad we're on the same page. Because, like, I think he's an interesting character, right? And I said his motivations seem kind of dumb, but I trust the game. I trust the game to have explained it, and they haven't explained it. No, Xenos is nothing like him. I'm gonna be real. If you think Xenos and Zoral Jah are the same, no. No, they're not even close. Like, there is an entire X-Pack dedicated to explaining Xenos. We're halfway through the MSQ, and it feels like this guy doesn't make a lot of sense. Xenos has motivations, childishly simple, but he has it. It is also thoroughly explained to you. It is thoroughly explained to you. Like, more than once even. It is reiterated. Xenos and Zoral Jah are not, like, the same. But that's also, like, comically evil. What do we define as comically evil, alright? Xenos is not poorly explained! There are speeches that tell you what he does! The speech he gives you in the garden, was that unclear? The speech he gives you in Doma when you fight him with your Guri, was that unclear? Like... like, I don't know how that's not clear. Stormblood does a good job of explaining why Xenos is the way Xenos is. Right? And it's pretty easy to piece together further context clues about his father and about his experience that we get even further in Stormblood and in Endwalker. We get a little bit more context to that. If Xenos is mysterious, I think that Emmett probably is too then. Like, I think they are probably explained to the same degree. I'm gonna be honest. No. How? Oh my god, okay. Ooh. How? That's not true. And, like, what more was Xenos supposed to give you? Okay? Like, Emmett monologues at you too, but apparently that's different? That's somehow different. Even though he does the same thing that Xenos does. But Xenos is less explained? I feel like we've had this exact argument 50 times since Stormblood. Probably, yeah. Look, I'm gonna be real. Whether you like Xenos or not, does not change the fact that he performed a role within the game and he did a good job of it. He was a good villain. And he's explained well, and his motivation is simple. Yes, but it is explained properly. Like, Xenos is not a super complex villain. He is a complex character, but he is not a complex villain. And that's okay. Simplicity does not equal like that. Like, it doesn't equal like a mysteriousness to it. Like, he gives you in several speeches about what he's about. The whole speech in the garden, he explains to you a foundational level of what he's doing. Is that he's essentially bored, nihilistic, and he wants some kind of excitement. He wants something to give him a challenge, because nothing will. He wants the thrill of the hunt. That's Xenos' whole thing. It's very simple. He wants a good challenge. That's how you can summarize it. Emmett has similar explanations. He's a lot more long-winded. He's a lot more dramatic. Like, but comparing Emmett to Xenos is a good comparison, because they both monologue at you about what they do and about their motivations. Okay, putting it into that context, I think I understand it differently, but then I would challenge it. I would challenge it to say, do you think a villain has to have really expansive motivations? I think Xenos makes perfect sense. I really do. He's just very simple. Right? Another example of a really simple villain, honestly, is Vothri. Right? He's a really simple villain. He just kind of wants the world, in a way. But does that make him a worse villain? I don't think so. No, but Zoraal Ja and Xenos are more close to each other. No, I gotta disagree. I'd say Zoraal Ja might be closer to somebody like Varys. They're nothing alike, though. Like Zoraal Ja and Xenos are not the same at all. Like, both of them are really strong, but Xenos didn't want to conquer the world at all. Xenos didn't feel like anything was owed to him by birthright, you know? They do have very different daddy issues. True, they both have daddy issues. That's very true. But they're very different in how they manifest, right? Xenos is bored and nihilistic. Zoraal Ja is not bored, nor is he nihilistic. Zoraal Ja, from what I can tell, and again, I'm not 100% sure on what's going on here. If he was Kylo Ren, you know, Zoraal Ja is actually, you know, he is a bit similar to Gaius. Gaius might be the better comparison on like who he's like. Gaius had a very well explained and very well thought out motivation, though. Yeah, for Xenos, everything he did was a means to end to receiving the fight how he wants. From what I can tell from Zoraal Ja, he doesn't necessarily, he's not thirsting for that ultimate battle, right? He wants a huge war because he thinks it'll teach people that war is bad. Extremely fucked up. Like literally what Kyo is saying right now. Xenos wanted a huge fucking war because he wants the Warrior of Light to pay attention to him, and that's all he wants out of it. Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yes. Right? Xenos doesn't care about conquering the world. Right? Zoraal Ja does care because he wants to, like, own the world, but also to punish people. Xenos didn't give a shit about punishing people. Right? They were just in his way. Right? Which is what they were. They were collateral damage to Xenos. Zoraal Ja wants to make a point. And Xenos figures out that, yeah, if he causes a war, if he causes a conflict, the Warrior of Light... The motivation of this story is not well told. I disagree. I don't know how Xenos's was not well told. I think Stormblood does a pretty good job with Xenos's story. I think Endwalker could have been better, but I still think his story makes a lot of sense. If anyone's story in Endwalker wasn't, like, well explained, like, it's probably more of, like, see you, Taros. It's probably more of, like, Hermes and, what's-his-butt? Fandaniel, right? They're probably more of the confusing part of Endwalker than I would ever say Xenos is. Again, Xenos' motivations are so clear. But just their actions not making sense. Also, the writer's thinking and including him doesn't make sense. How does Xenos' actions not make sense? Xenos coming back from the dead was a bit wild. Probably. Yeah, it was a bit strange. But, like, Elidibus using his body, right, is interesting. Xenos having sort of that echo form is interesting. I don't think they executed it super well in, like, Endwalker, but I don't think... I mean, I still think... I think it's very, like... I don't know. I think Xenos makes a lot of sense. Like... Zoral Jaw has a much different issue where, like... Zoral... Like, the problem is... Xenos had a really terrible family and grew up in a fascist nation, in a fascist culture that was very militaristic and aggressive and dominant. Zoral Jaw didn't. He grew up in a good family, with a good father, who could be a bit overbearing sometimes, sure. Hi, Larry. But, like, he had a family that loved him, right? He had a family that loved him. I don't know what happened to their mom. That seems kind of a weird one. But, like, and then for some reason, because of his daddy issues, Zoral Jaw goes, I need to drown the world in blood. And we go, what? You know, like, that's very different than Xenos. And it's especially confusing for Zoral Jaw, because like I said, Xenos grew up in an environment that made him into the monster he was, because that's what, you know, the Garlean Empire does. But Zoral Jaw grew up in a good family, in a peaceful nation. There was a lot of pressure on him, sure, but like, he's literally doing evil laughs and shit. Like, you know, Zoral Jaw could have been, I feel like his motivation would make more sense if he was kind of acting in such a way. Like, he was sort of acting in such a way that, like, he clearly seemed hesitant about it. It's mentioned in the game at one point, Kiki. Like, that, and is it really, like, it's very easy to go, oh, Varys is his dad. He grew up in an empire. Like, doesn't that explain some things? And Emmett is his granddad. Also, Emmett has the whole bit where he explains that he made the Garlean Empire to fuck up the world. The conversation Emmett has with Varys is a good one because he explains some of the shit that happened to Xenos. Yeah, Emmett, I made it bad on purpose. And, like, Emmett and Varys and Elidibus have a conversation about Xenos, too! That's another part of it! They totally, yeah, no! This gets touched on in the story! This absolutely does! Look, I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna move on because I want to get to Zaktaral, and we're gonna have to do that at some point. But look, some stuff may have gotten forgotten about the story, and I don't have time to get into all of it. We got a sweet muffin to go eat. Yes, Orenville, I'm ready to get underway. Then present your travel pass to the guard and let us be up. I want to wait too long to do the sightseeing. The Bridge of Zaktaral is a wonder in its own right. It is barred to save all those who express permission from one of the Dawn servants. Rectamundo. There you go. I don't know why Dawntrail is like so sealed. Found by Vow with not herself. My apologies, miss. If you would wait here just a moment.
Shall we then?
Let us go, my boy. Kind of feels weird that we're leaving everyone else behind, too. Feels a bit odd, though. Yeehaw!
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatonah town.
Okay, so Duz actually is like an actual little old western town. Gotcha.
A harsh
We're in
guide,
Texas
to
now.
be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the
Okay,
arid
it's
expanse
literally-
when,
it's
beneath its
literally
red crust,
Texas.
vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vow Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Shalom.
Yeehaw
My
giddy
home,
UP Park.
Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it
And
easy.
they have trains. Jesus Christ. Alright.
As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Okay. I can't believe Trolley Bringers has made a comeback. Droton Ronick. Right, so, if one'll suffice, I got a creature ready and waited. Please tell me they have southern accents. But if you need to, then you'll have to wait. Moronic have been acting strange as of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable, picking out a few fit for retains, proving bothersome work. No, I like them being vows too, Sam. It's a good bit. Vow of Wuklamat, vow of Kona. They're usually docile, the ones I saw. They didn't appear to be unhealthy either. It's changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our trip. Well, I guess we're hoofing it. The train station isn't far. Seeing that we're on in a hurry, let's go on foot. I thought, sir, well traveled as you look, that not only the Roanoke have been giving us trouble, other wildlife have been showing signs of aggression too. Our merchant should be returning soon with one of the beasts still around till they do. I'll see that both Roanoke are on for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. The Ronick, Erdville, the Ronick. I love that you can be silly. This is great. First time with Shaloni, I can understand your enthusiasm. Be ashamed not to ride one at least once while you're here. You can't not pick two. Exactly, Nevik. Fair point, if we're to give you the authentic Shaloni experience, I suppose it's worth the wait. They even have cows. Change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. You're heading to the Hutsat. Whoa, how do I pronounce that? Hutsatawi? But then I'll have the men bring the Ronick over there. Find yourself out the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? I mean, eh? Yeehaw! This town ain't big enough for the two of us. Anyway, I'm so glad to have gotten to the American part of the expansion because this is truly what America looks like. This is the American Final Fantasy experience right here. Not Final Fantasy 15, right here. This is it. Though Final Fantasy 15 also looks similar. Wow. Aether current. You know, you guys probably are right. This is a bit less like Texas. A bit more like New Mexico. Or, you know, actually, no. This reminds me of Colorado. And you might say, Sammy, what do you mean? I mean like the eastern half of Colorado. Or maybe Utah, even. Kind of that region. That's kind of what it reminds me of. Not that I've spent a lot of time in New Mexico myself. But it reminds me a bit of like kind of the Four Corners, you know, kind of that area, which I mean is like the northern part of like New Mexico and Arizona. Music here's fun. It's so Wild Westy. This is so cool. America, baby. Howdy. Perfect. Oh, Kiki, just you wait. Those gas stations are coming. They literally have oil fields. The oil fields reminds me of Texas quite a bit, too. But last time I saw it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. But I'll agree, the region is definitely more like southwesty.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Yeehaw, it has. It's even got a saloon. There's a fucking saloon, dude. Oh my god. But it's deserted.
Hey!
There's wanted posters.
Now
They have
hold on a
guns.
minute. Some sort of trouble.
Yeehaw! Oh my
I'm
god.
talking to you, you old bastard.
They have Americans. Holy shit. This is cool. I love this. Oh, he's so
Give me
handsome.
Strength.
For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
He's got a pretty earring, too. This is so weird. This is so strange. They're not British. I love this, though. This is great. You know what? I'm so into this, actually. After fucking 4 expansions of British people speaking, it is very fun to hear a very American accent. Also, Urinville, why are you Icelandic? But no, like, this is fun. I like this a lot. It's really cool. They're recorded in the UK and California. Fuck yeah. We finally escaped England. Finally! But no, I loved it how in, like, Yaktaral, we had, like, you know, all these, like, South American accents. And now that we've gone to North America, we have North American accents. That's really cool. Like, good job, Squeenix. Like, they really, like... I don't know. It's fun, you know? Like, I don't know. It's a really nice touch.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
God, they're literal cowboys. They're fucking cowboys.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the Deputy Chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny?
Yeah, he said shit.
They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
Oh no, the sheriff.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Yeehaw.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat?
They're roasting him. They're beating his ass in the quote retweets.
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
And squat capo in the back.
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch.
This is so cowboy. This is so cowboy.
Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
His feelings. Kiss. Kiss, kiss.
Fine. If that's how it's gonna be.
Don't shoot him. Don't pull your gun on him. Don't do it.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Yeehaw. What? Why are you here? Okay. This might as well happen. This is so silly. Okay, yeah. Partner.
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
The wandering Stinky.
Hey!
He comes out of the fucking saloon.
What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
God, they're so American.
Wahute, you sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over. You hear me?
Wahute. That's good. That's good. That's got some bounce to it.
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekoa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends.
Also, this guy is like... They made this guy stupid handsome, right? He also looks like he'd have like a white coat and a big belt buckle and a 10-gallon hat, and he'd be like the villain in some Saturday morning cartoon. He'd be like, well, I'm gonna replace the playground with a parking lot, and there ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Like, that's kind of his vibe. And the kids are like, no, we love this playground. And they have to go on like a little, he's stuck Dimmadome! A little bit. I decided to replace everyone's favorite pool with another shopping mall. But the kids aren't allowed there. And there ain't nothing you can do to stop me. And then he laughs, like hit him in his belly and his like belt and his hands are like kind of this whole like big bodily motion. And then when the kids foil his evil schemes, he goes, "Town nation, you ain't seen the last of me." He waddles away. Like a little bit, you know?
But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
So
now,
American.
if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
Hi, Stinky. Why did you turn American? What's going on, bud? Oh, God. You know, that probably means Eris has
I wasn't
an accent
expecting
too,
to
right?
see your faces among the crowd.
Why the fuck are you here?
Talk is rife there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Sure had, my guy. Nutters.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural.
I used a lot of Native American names and words. That does sound about right, yeah.
What brings you north?
Sounds fairly
Nothing in
similar.
particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Wherever the wind blows, eh? Ah, Sulani.
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future.
He gave it. Damn.
But for now, I shall be moving on.
Alright,
Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
Alright, foodie Estinian, sure. And now he's gone. Bye, Estinian. Okay.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
What did he eat, Erinville? What did he eat? He just bit into a random cactus. Yeah, that's in character. Alright, cool. Fair enough. Huh. He eats what he catches. No, that's true. I like my version better. No. Huh. No, that's it. That's an interesting point, Raven. This is kind of like a North American. This is sort of like a North America that was never colonized. So using a lot of like Native American names makes a lot of sense. And you could I don't know, the music sounds really good. And it even sounds like a little Native American, like just like a little bit, right? With like the pipes and stuff. I can see that, Storm. You're right though, I'm not seeing your messages, it's weird. Like not on the chat thing, but I am seeing your messages in my chat. But I can see him, Storm. I don't know why the screen chat like shadow bans you though. That's just being weird. Got it, yeah. Sorry, my friend. But yeah, no, like this is cool. This is really interesting. And you know, from what Kona said, there were like a lot of like. Yeah, see, he's just not appearing. Yeah, Storm's just not appearing for some reason. I don't know why. The bot hates Storm, apparently. I do need to adjust how kind of the chat displays, too, because I'm not super happy with it. Well, he's colonized peaceful, I think. The people from Tuliolo are moving up and building up without conflict with the native populace. I don't know if there's a separate word for that. That's a good question. I mean, it sounds like from what Kona and perhaps Urnville have said, there are nomadic peoples that are native to this region, which are like the Makote and the Vieira are sort of like natives. So they would be sort of the Native Americans in this sense. But a lot of Kona's sort of people have moved up here to like industrialize a little bit. But it doesn't seem like there's any kind of a conflict there. You know, it's an interesting point, right? But it does seem like this has gone over much more peacefully. There's basically only Histero and Tonwada here. Pretty much, yeah. No, that's true. I mean, you're probably right, Nevik. They probably made some kind of treaties and then kept to them and didn't violate them. And that's probably why it's fine. Yeah, I like how you get this kind of Western aesthetic, but with the murals and paintings of the building that look a bit Native American looking. Yeah. No, you can kind of see it, like, with sort of like the painting and like the patterning, but still looks very like Western. Right? Still very like, yeehaw! So it seems like a very peaceful, like, collaboration. You know? They even have, like, cows. Or no, they're not cows, they're buffalo, aren't they? They're like buffalo. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yes, Limsa did break their treaties, but that was Merlwyb's father, and Merlwyb's fixing it, alright? They're fixing it. They're doing a better job now. If we want to give a city-state flack for doing bad shit, Gridania is still right there. Yeah, they even have buffalo, too. I was like, oh yeah, they're cows. No, they're meant to be buffalo. Nice. That's really cool. That's so fun. This is so fun. I love this. This is so cool. It feels so American. It's so fun. Like, this is cool. I love it. I'm enjoying myself. And honestly, I don't know, call me weird, but I think it's cool that when people think to make a American section in a video game, that it is this sort of cool, like, southwestern or western sort of, like, happy fusion of, like, Native American and sort of, like, cowboy sort of, like, presentation. Because that's really cool. And truly, that is unique to America, right? When people talk about, like, American culture, a lot of people leave shit out about Native Americans because, right? But, like, it's cool because this is entirely original. That's probably why the names are a little, like, tongue-twisty, right? It's because, like what was said, they use, like, Native American language, or some Native American language, there's a lot of them, right? but those languages are very unique. They're not a part of like a language family like how, you know, Spanish influenced like a lot of things in South America or Portuguese, right? Where you had some of that Latinization sort of seeping into some of the language. You live in New Mexico, for instance, the sand gets into your blood, the desert gets into your soul. That's what people tell me. But it's cool. Like, it's unique, right?
This town ain't big enough for the both of us. You know, 'cause we're both Rogadens.
Because we're both Rogadens. Damn right, partner. Hell yeah, no, man. But yeah, no, it's really cool that, like, they chose to make an actually very uniquely American, like, presentation over something like, New York City. Like, you know, something like that. Which would have been very easy, but also kind of boring. This is cool. This is cool. I love it. It's well done, it's interesting, and I love to see America represented as this. There's a little tinge of pride. Like that, I think that's fun. I think that's really interesting. And they didn't just make it just Native American stuff. Like the Cowboys are cool and like evocative, and they didn't avoid that. Yeah, no, like I said, it's a very peaceful fusion of these like two very uniquely American things. We had New York, it's on where we're at. Hey, true. I like this is like what America could have been. Yeah, no, I mean, it's really cool. Like I said, two uniquely American things, and they decided to represent America that way. That's awesome. Considering we said that we run into excitement, please don't hurt. That's what should they work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes big and small were settled by dueling. Those of Shaloni rarely saw eye to eye, and for better and worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Those would sooner not risk their lives, though, and encourage parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. That's much likely established that supporters of Covenant preferring peace being enforced through formal rule of law. Well, stands all things considered, even if things got out of hand, the Landsguard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoral Jaw's authority. True, yeah. I'll put you to say, as a lengthy stale and jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. Also, the music here is just so cool. It really does feel like kind of a fun, like, there's like Native American like musical influences, but there's also sort of that like Western kind of country influence too. Again, taking like interesting American concepts and like very like peacefully fusing them together and divorcing them from weird like stereotypical like bullshit, right? Because, Blue Mage Quest! Right, so, it's nice. It's a good touch. Saddled up. Diplomat has arrived by the Ronick by now. If I have a check, don't want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come find us when we've had your fill. Bangles from the Potsworn. They'll fetch a fair price. Like that. Next show's about to start? Is this a dance hall? Amazing. Fantastic. Or is it a cabaret? Is it a cabaret? Probably a cabaret. Good God. I love this. This is so cool. Summer travel with only a single companion. Makes for fewer complications. Is this like is this blues? The very Western blues, yeah. Holy shit! This is cool. Why aren't you driving your boy band car? Sorry. This is really cool. This is really cool, guys. This is so cool. Squeenix. Again, when we're in the midst of hearing about companies, especially Asian companies, that don't care about culture, that don't care about trying to appeal to the West or sensitivity or woke or fucking whatever. Squeenix has proven that they are absolutely a cut above the rest and that people do care. That people do give a shit, actually. And they absolutely did their homework. This is so cool. This is one of my favorite things about the whole expansion. As a whole, right? In many ways. But also using, like, blues in the America part. It's very kind of country blues, right? It is so big brained. It is so big brained. Just like how they use jazz in Tuliol. Like, it's so... It's so cool. Like, this is so cool. Again, they took these uniquely interesting parts of America, North America and South America, and decided to represent them in just a really fun and interesting way. Because these places don't have to be like weird stereotypical bullshit that's boring and dumb and typically inaccurate. So instead, they did their homework and really like authentically represented interesting, unique aspects of these places in the music, in the places, in the language, in the accents, and it is so cool. It is so cool. Good job. I'm not sure anyone's done better. It is so cool. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been robberies targeting merchants, and as a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronin. That's why I had to ask you to stop at the Shishinewaze? 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 Rings? Is that right? That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dust Watch dealt with this banditry? Kamaka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up is easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Alright then, if you're ready to set off, then I'll see you on your way. Yeah, saddle up, your friend seems in the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Let's go. Oh my god, this buffalo's huge. Man, Eris, you're really straddling it. No, I like them too, Zara. I think they're really cool. I will absolutely endeavor to pronounce them as correctly as I can. I'm struck by how much Shaloni has changed. Oh, yep, there's the... It was just visited, wasn't even here several years ago. Your reliable opportunities to replenish water supply. Travelers have turned to Nepali tender? Just for the water in their stems, mind you, but their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. The hole there? You might find water there, but it's brimming with cerulean. I'm sure the flames make people a spectacle, cautionary tales of people who wander too close. Ah. Cool that they zoom out like that. That's a good idea. The Wallaki! Yeah, meanwhile, show great reverence to the cerulean in its blue flames. That's a discussion for another time. You're here. Whoa. Good thing for these Ronik. Is that Ronik? Ronik? I thought, is the R rolled a little bit? It seems like it might have been. God, they even have that, like, oh my god, this is so cool. Ronik. Okay. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short in Ronik. Roni? Roni? Is it Roni? Or Roni? Oh, then. Shisha Springs is perhaps the busiest town here in Shaloni. People travel here from all over, hoping to find their fortune. It comes to Utsatawi. But surprisingly enough, it's no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal here in 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Ikanek. Yata is her name. She learned that I passed through without saying a word. She never let me hear the end of it. Set from a village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn a coin as traveled to Ral, but I can assume she too here came here seeking greater opportunities. Okay, so let's see if we can find her. The blue hair should make her easy to spot. Of course she has blue hair and pronouns. Are those like sunflowers? Oh, maybe not quite. They look a bit like sunflowers. This place is so cool. I love this place, dude. Who's got blue hair and pronouns? Luawate in Yawasa. Luawate in Awasa. Black-eyed Susans? Oh, are they Black-eyed Susan? That is the name of a flower, yes. I believe so. That's my favorite place name. Huh. Ah, blue-haired Chitona. You have blue hair and pronouns. Hmm? Yes? I'm Layete? Who might you be? She is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is! Erinville, yes. Trans. Man grown. He was such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really, only 3? I suppose it all starts to get a hazy after a while, living as long as we do. That's true, because they're like fucking... Oh my god. This is Ayete. She's known as my mentor since we were children. Nice to meet you. Hello. I thought I'd see the day where you travel with company. You really have Oh, she dead named him. No! Erinville is 25. He's 25? What the fuck? Is that what they call her here? Alright. I was born. Okay, adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, so that one adheres to the Eastern Fairy Convention so as to avoid drawing attention. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. But like, okay, alright. Somebody's gonna get on my case about this, so bring it, I guess. But like, really though? Like, really? Kona changed his name and then went back to going by Kona. Why is Urnville so touchy about the name? Like, right? Like, you guys see my point? It's immigrant coded as well. Fair, but if you, like I said, if you'll give me some space to breathe here, I do think, like, I don't think it's unfair of me to point how it seems a little transcoded, right? I don't think that's an unfair observation when somebody like Kona went over there, went by a different name, came back here and like, I'm Kona, I'm Kona. Like, right? Urnville cut off the king of the country. He interrupted the king of the country. He abruptly cut the king of the country off to avoid him saying that name. Because he doesn't want people saying that name. Come on. Right? Like, the saying that it's also immigrant coded, I can see that. I understand that. He doesn't like his, old name being used and stuff like that. Like, I see that, right? But like, I get it. But the defensiveness around it still feels a bit trans. Like, I'm gonna be honest, Like, it's just like a little bit. Just like, just like a little, like, come on. Like, come on. So, I get it. I'm a little disappointed. But, like, I get it. It also kind of seems like Urnville's really ashamed of, like, his family or, like, his country and stuff, too. Which, I suppose that does tie into probably some immigrant stuff, too. So, I know. It's interesting. And even his I don't know, it just screams. Homecoming? I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds to visit myself. It'd be good to see Kakia again. Finest archer known. God, you just keep that naming him too. Mother and mentor. Okay, that's exactly what I thought, yeah. Every time I drop by, she treats us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. Impressive with a bow too, Ayate, even among the Shotona. Well, I couldn't compare to Kakia, but her skill of arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what I've earned into place of Gulajaja's traveling companions, after all. Yep, there. It's always the inquisitive sort. Journeying across the Tyrol lit a fire in her. Even after— Stop! Oh, I hate it! She often left him in my care so that she could embark upon another expedition Does Urnville have lesbian moms? Does he have 2 moms? Hold up. We found Yuri in the most unexpected place. Huh. And they went on hiking trips without him. Oh no! Irresponsible lesbian moms. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Urnville. It's not Yuri, but Banui Yuri. Kakia. Iate and Kakia. Like, the line here, after Deadname was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. She also raised Urnville. They both did. Oh, how are you to cry and beg her to take you along? It must have been hard on you. Ayate, please. He's so... Well, we're all friends here, aren't we? I am starting to understand so well why Urnville is the way he is. This makes so much sense. No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus, she tasked me with finding the Golden City, and that's all. Urnville, that's adorable. My best efforts all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? Part of the rite of succession. I assumed everyone had heard. Oh, he's so mad. It's probably fair, though, you know, like, it's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions. She chuckles. Hey, hold the fuck up. I just realized something. Guys. Have you noticed an interesting fact about Urnville's hair? Was the quiet child in a very loud family, yes. Yep. Notice an interesting fact about Urnville's hair? Here, I'll make the screen bigger. Notice something weird about it? He's got very luscious, dark black hair. And the tips of his hair are blue. They're like a kind of a pale blue, right? Pale blue color. You know who has pale blue hair? Iate! Yeah, she has the same fucking hair color. If Urnville's other mom has black hair, I'm screaming. Are you implying that Iate is trans? I'm not implying necessarily that she's trans, but I am implying that 2 bunny girls did make a boy. We should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kakia. Help! I need help! It's the same fucking color. Oh, what's this about? Like, okay, look. You can see the blue in his bangs. Look at the blue in her hair. It's the same color. We'll investigate. Please wait here. Banui. Look, all I'm gonna say is, Banui. Could just be a coincidence. That's certainly true. But isn't that a bit strange? a bit interesting. No, these are the infamous local bandits. Oh no, old lady. Please, you have to help me. I've been robbed. Namika, Wuklamat's nursemaid. Oh my god, it's Namika! Aaronville! Eris! Coming closer, I'm gonna slit her throat here from here. Sexy bandit. That's Lamati's mob you're talking about. If you so much as nick her skin, you'll live to regret it. Oh yeah? Did we say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We'll deal with this. Why are they so hot, too? Why are the bandits all so sexy? What's going on here? Oh, please, you have to give it back. I'm going after Namika. This lot I leave to you. Fucking bastard will hang him by his ears and feed the woman to the dogs! You guys are gonna get your shit rocked. We can deal with them later. First we need to put this one in the dirt. You're gonna get your shit rocked, boys. I don't feel bad about this. Doesn't know when to quit. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck yeah, I don't. Only burn them 99% to death. I like to imagine that fight starts and Ares just goes it just blows them both, just blasts them both with one shot. And then just puts her staff on her back like, alright, moving on. Yeah, real talk though. I am choosing to believe that Kakua is it Chakula or Kakua? I don't know. Her and Iyate, fucked, and they made it Roundville. That's how it works. I'm sorry, I do make the rules. He has features from both of them, I am presuming, and it seems to be true, and they also raised them together, so that's just how it works. Lesbians and bunnies. And yeah. Kafkawa? Kafka? Yeah, that's just how it works. I'm right. And there's even a fucking church with a little graveyard. This is adorable. Not to worry, she's fine. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. I managed to get away, but we have an idea of where they're headed. Stole something from you? Yes, a bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. The closest you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. Excuse me, what brings you this way? If succession ended, Wuklamat crowned the next Dawn servant. She's ready to stand on her own. Told her as much. My plans are to return home to Yasulani. She gave me this bracelet so I might remember our time together. She was going home. Filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given me by the vow of resolve. And now it's gone. I wouldn't let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. Oh, we're getting it back. Right at the first try? Yeah! I did it! That's what you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll knock them senseless. It's what Wuklamat would want. He's like, I'm gonna beat the hell out of those guys. You must have put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Eris will make certain of that. Erdible's like, she's invincible. Like, she really is. Don't even. Let's go. Your methods could be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well. We'll be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say, but I can see we'll come out. Put so much faith in you both. Hell yeah. Or anything. Let's see her back to Sheneweze Springs. She'll be safer in town with Ayata to keep an eye on her. We should have nothing to worry. Thank you, both of you. Honestly, knowing that like some of these names are like Native American or Native American inspired does help me a little bit. Because it's not like I've never been anywhere or did not live around places that are also named in such a way. There's a lot of counties. There's a lot of counties, both in my state, and a lot of towns and like land that's like named in like Native American fashion, or at least like something similar to it. Some of the pronunciation might be butchered. Really easy to sound out the pronunciations once you break down into syllables. Yep. Oh yeah. Which all makes them pretty easy for Slavic folk. Woo! Emphasis is almost consistently placed on the second to last syllable. Yep, that makes sense. So sorry, I didn't mean for you to get involved in this. Oyate's mining fellows are here as well. The Miki is in good hands. Emil told me what happened. You mustn't worry about Nimika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them tripping off. Brace them and everything to hurt. Those bastards wouldn't even care if they knew. Makes me sick. At least she's safe. I know you'll set things right. Saddle up, yow! Braced for trouble, haha, funny pun. Ooh, fruit and aloe jelly. Shortcake. Oh, banana. Oh, hot chocolate. Delicious. Let's watch games about to do the jobs, they can piss off. Oh no, ma'am, you're fine. This is so cool though. Like seriously, this is great. I love this. This is so fun. I can't get over that. But also, again, look at the hair. Look at the hair, guys. I'm not insane, I swear. It also even seems like she's got a bit of that like darker gray color, like a bit of that like that black. She's even got a bit of the black in her hair. Oh my god. Like, look. I mean, you are insane, but not in this instance. Hey! I know. Oh, that's great, Alari. I wish the same for you. This is so cool. Hell yeah, dude. Those toughs look great to me, to be honest. You just gotta ruin my fun, don't you, Sam? Can't let me have shit, huh? I do agree that they are a bit of like a bluish silver color, but they do seem like blue. They seem like that pale blue. I think them being in the black hair makes them look a little less colored, but there is color to them. Like there is a bit of that blue in there. It's young to have green hair. Yeah. Look. If he can't be transgender, then I am deciding that he has two moms and that they did make him. And Viera have a whole like gender thing going on and reproduction stuff. So I'm believing that it's possible. Also, here's my favorite fantasy excuse to same-sex couples having kids. Boom! Magic! Okay, problem solved. Since we use magic to justify other bullshit, we can do it here. It's possible. I believe. They're like a sorry Mass Effect. Yeah. They do have weird things about sex and gender. I know, that's not a stretch. That's not a stretch at all. Hey, validating Sammy's Yuri rotted brain. Hey! CC Rhino Dawntrail trailer shows his hair to be on the lower end, looking quite blue. Through the tips of his ears do appear to be a bit gray. Even Nomad is on my side. Yuri! Anyway, also Yuri-addled brain, what does that mean? My rotted brain, what does that mean, punk? You punk. Yeah, I thoroughly believe that any setting that has a strong tradition of magic also has a strong tradition of correspondingly sex magic. Why wouldn't it? Like, are you telling me people that have power of magic would not then use that magic to do sexy shit? Bullshit. Bullshit. That's one of the first things that probably people do with magic. Like, come on. Rotted is a weird way of spelling well-cultured. Based, Kiki. Based. Based. If nobody got me, Kiki got me. Let's go. There's also canonical fantasias. They literally have a transgender potion. Like, ah! Anyway, so I know no one's actually really disagreeing with me, but I don't know, I'm being dumb. I'm still making a deal out of this. Oh, this isn't supposed to have Persona music in it. Why is there Persona music here? Get that out of here. Oh, there it is. But yeah, anyway, love you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you have fun. I will see you next week on Monday for more crying in Persona 3. Maybe I'll cry so hard I actually pass out this time instead of almost passing out. Yeah. Anyway, we'll try to do more 14. I know my schedule's been kind of like rocky for 14, so I do apologize. There has been some tricky stuff, but as I'm also getting ready to do my vacation, things are going to be a little weird, so apologies. I love you guys all, though. Take care of yourselves. Give Moody and a Wooga Booga. Remember, I have a Blue Sky of an AO3, if you're interested in those. And, yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping in. I know we didn't actually play that much. I'm sorry. I like to talk. Bye! See you guys later.